What is 3 minus 8?
5.
Negative 5.
-5, sorry.
Negative 5. All right. Now the inequality tells you a couple of things. It tells you the point to plot here, negative 5. Okay. And you now have to decide a couple of things. The first thing you have to decide is whether it's an open or a closed circle. Do you remember that from class at all?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So these two symbols go with the filled in circle. Closed, filled in, however you want.
Okay.
These two symbols go with the not filled in circle.
Okay.
So this one's filled in. The second thing you have to decide is whether you're shading left or right. And here's how that goes. You shade left for less than or equal to, less than, right for greater than or equal to, greater than, with the caveat here that the variable must be on the left.
Okay.
So are we shading left or right of this negative 5?
Left.
Yes. It feels like a lot of work. There's a lot of kind of build up to this, a lot of things that you might consider. You can actually just go right from x less than or equal to -5 to this graph. You don't have to do all these things. This is just to help you for future problems. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing they get into, which is related to this, is they ask you about a number. Why did the instructor do that? Okay, so now let me add. So let me just reframe this question here. We have x less than or equal to -5. So the question is, we'll say something like this: is x equals 3 a solution? And what they're really asking is this true? Is 3 less than or equal to -5? Is this true? And the answer is based on where they lie on the number line. Okay. The other way to think about this, or in terms of the wording here, is 3 more, or I'm sorry, to the left of -5. So on a number line, here's 3 and here's -5. Is 3 to the left of -5?
No.
No, it is not. So this is not true. It's false.
And then would the final answer just be true or false?
No, I mean, this is the final answer is x less than or equal to -5, the graph of this, and then the word false somewhere.
Okay. Doesn't seem too hard.
Okay, so we're going to do another one like this, and then we'll do number 2, because number 2's got a little added wrinkle to it.
Okay.
All right, so let's do an example here. Let's say it's 4x minus 7 greater than let me do 3. Sorry, that's not going to work. 1 like this. Let's do that. This is a good example here.
4x minus 7 greater than 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Greater than. So this symbol means greater than.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how do we solve for x? If we look just the side with x.
Do you add 7?
Yes, you're going to add 7 to both sides.
You get 4x greater than equal to.
Just greater than. Just
greater than 8.
Okay. And now what is keeping x from being by itself?
4. So you subtract 4.
4 is multiplying x.
Oh, so you divide 4. Sorry.
Divide by 4. So you have x greater than 2.
And then did you set the line up?
Okay. And I only ever put 1 point on the line because it's the only one you really care about.
Yeah.
Now, is it an open or a filled in bubble?
Open.
It's open. Yep. And then are you shading to the left or the right?
To the right.
To the right, yes. Okay. Now, is 4 greater than 2?
Yeah.
Yes, so this is true. All right, any questions on that before we move to a more difficult problem?
Yeah, that's cool. Actually, we get like, can we do one more of those and then?
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. To go 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 5. Go ahead and solve. Actually, let me make this -5. That's probably a necessary wrinkle. Yeah, go ahead and solve this and graph it, and then I'll solve and graph it, and you can compare your notes.
Okay. Two x greater than equal to -6 divided by 2. X is greater than equal to 2.
I'm hearing things I don't necessarily like here. Did you subtract 1 from both sides of the equation?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so it's 2x. Now this symbol, the way it's written, is less than or equal to.
Oh, yeah, I mean less than, sorry.
Now, if you say the wrong thing, that's fine, but you have to write the correct.
I did
symbol.
write the right thing, yeah.
Okay, that's good. -5 minus 1. You owe someone $5. You owe them another $1. How much do you owe them?
6.
You owe them 6. Okay.
That's what I did. And then you
What's-
divide by 2.
Yes. Okay.
And then you get an x greater than equal or less than equal to 3.
-3. Okay. Now the number line, just put the single point there. Decide whether it's filled in or not.
It is filled in, yeah.
It is. Now, are you shading left or right of it?
Left.
Left. All right. Now my question to you is x equals -1 a solution? Okay. So what I'm really asking here is -1 less than or equal to -3? And before you answer that, locate those two values on the number line. And less than means it's to the left of. Is -1 to the left of -3?
It's right.
Okay, good, agree. So is this true or false?
False.
It is false.
Oh, Matthew,
Yes,
do you know Mateo Sabara?
I do.
Because, yeah, he's one of my friends, and he told me that he has you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, I think I have him too. But
Well, rest assured, I've never mentioned him to you. So if there's a, if there's a turf war there, you guys can work that out on your own.
oh no, no, it was just funny because he was like, I do tutoring, and I was like, oh cool, who's your tutor? He was like Matthew, and then I was like, oh, like, is it tutoring by Matthew? And he's like, yeah. And then we were at a party and we were watching our videos, our lessons.
Didn't know I made it to that extreme. That's great.
Yeah, we were on YouTube watching them and playing them out loud. It was funny.
All right. Well, that's great. I mean, I probably help other people, I mean, if you're really bored, you can go through the YouTube list and,
I won't do that, but
you can
he's one of my
check out.
close friends, and I didn't even know that was the thing.
Cool. All right. So let's go to the next problem on your sheet there. And let's see what we can make of it. It's got a little bit of a different setup than, I'm sorry, it's got a little bit of a different step than the previous ones.
Okay.
So number 2 here, -2x greater than. So that symbol there means greater than.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, left is greater than, right is less than.
Yes, however you want to remember that, that's good.
Yeah.
This -2, what is the math operation between the -2 and the x?
Plus.
No, math operation. What is it doing to the x? What is the, like,
Um,
there's no plus in between them. What's in between them that's not shown?
I'm not sure. Negative or
Okay, so if nothing is shown, it is multiplication. Like it's they're squeezed together.
okay.
Don't let the negative is associated with the 2, not with the x, not between the x and the 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a descriptor basically. So the -2 is multiplying x. That's what I was trying to get you to tell me. So how do you undo multiplication?
Division.
Yes. So you're dividing both sides by -2. Now there's a very important kind of like thing here that's going to happen, which is whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, it flips the inequality.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's like the main takeaway from today's lesson for you. So in this case, are you dividing by a negative?
No, positive.
But
Well, I thought it flips the inequality.
it does. That's what I'm saying. Like if you divide by a negative or multiply by a negative, it flips the inequality. So this becomes, it goes from greater than to less than. Do you see how that switches?
Oh, okay.
It switches because this is negative. Like this is just a rule. It's not a, like, there's a reason for it. That's,
Oh, you're talking about the like the greater than or less than thing.
yes, the inequality.
Oh, I thought you were
flips.
talking about like -2.
Okay, yeah. So the inequality symbol changes,
Oh, okay.
and this becomes less than -50.
Okay.
All right, so now the -50 goes on the number line here. Is it an open or filled in?
Open.
It's open. And are you shading to the left or to the right?
Left.
Yes. Okay. All right, now question for you is -51 less than -50? And what I'm really asking you is -51 to the left of negative?
-50 is, yeah, that's true.
This is true. Yes.
The way I look at it is, I don't know if it's right, but I just like whatever's to the right of positive is greater than.
Okay.
Does that make sense at all?
Well, so it's like this. 51 is greater than 50, but
Gotta be false,
-50.
right?
No, the 51 is greater than 50.
Oh, well, if it was -51 and -50, then it would be false, right?
Then it flips. Well,
Yeah.
okay, then it's false. All right, yeah. However you want to learn, as long as you're giving me the right answers, and you have, like, you've not shown any uncertainty about this. A lot of
Yeah.
students do. That's where my concern is. Okay. Let's try a few more of these. It's really important though that you see that this whole like negative thing. So like -4x less than -12. Okay. The -4 is multiplying the x. Okay. How do you undo multiplication?
Division.
Division. You're dividing both sides by -4. All right. Now, whenever you divide by a negative or multiply by a negative, this thing flips. So when I say flip, it means that the symbols go the other way.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the left here, it's x. What is -12 divided by -4?
3.
Yes.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3.
So 3 is the number here on the number line. Is it an open or filled in circle?
It is a open circle.
Are you shading to the left or the right?
Right.
Very good. All right, so question for you. Is 2 greater than 3?
No, false.
It is false. All right. Any questions on that before we move on to like slightly harder problem for you?
No.
Okay. So let's say it's minus 2x plus 5 less than or equal to -7. I want you to talk me through this problem, please.
Okay. Would you start off with subtracting 5?
Yes.
Okay. And
Does
then
does that change the inequality?
no.
Does not, because it's only when you multiply or divide by a
Yeah.
negative number. All right.
Yeah.
So -2x less than or equal to -12.
And then you would divide by 2, and then that would change the inequality. Or yeah,
Divide by -2.
-2, sorry.
You have to be very specific here. And yes, it does change the inequality. I recommend doing that right away rather than waiting.
Okay. And then you would put that on a number line.
Yes. Which I'm sure you know how to do by this time. You go to 6,
And
filled
then
in
it'd be
bubble.
a third square and then go right.
Yes. All right. So let me have you ready to try one on your own here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go -4x -1 greater than or equal to -17. Let me know if you have any questions about that.
Okay. Hold on. -16 divided by 4 is 4, right? Or is it
It is,
-4?
but you want to divide by -4.
So yeah, but it would turn into +4, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure because I don't want to mess up it. And then put that on the phone. Go right. And then yeah. All right, I'm done.
What is your final answer?
X is less than or with the yeah, like that one, and then the line under it and 4, +4.
Okay, less than or equal to.
Yeah,
Less than
less than and equal to.
or equal to.
I'm like having trouble saying that for some reason.
Well, you're not alone. I don't have a
Funny.
good suggestion for that. The top part is the less than. This or it's really a logical or, which isn't really all important, but you have to know that's or. The main thing is that you write the correct symbol. Okay. That's all that I really care about when you're doing this.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at number 3 together here on your page. All right, x over 3 minus 6 greater than -4. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to add 6 to both sides. Okay, so that's x divided by 3 greater than 2. Now I just said it, but what is this 3 doing to x?
Making it positive. I'm not really sure. Dividing
Yes.
the x.
How do you undo division?
Multiplication. Sorry.
You multiply both sides by 3. All right, so you have x greater than 6. Put that 6 on the number line. Open bubble. Shade to the right.
Yep.
Okay. Now it does, I don't know why the constructor keeps giving you this is x equals 3 a solution, but that's the one that keeps coming up here. You're asking the question, is 3 greater than 6?
No.
No, it is not. So you would say false. False means not a solution. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, so last thought for today is sometimes you will work a problem and it will say something like this, 3 less than x. You want to change this to x greater than 3. Okay, and I want you to see that this larger end is pointing at the x, the larger end is pointing at the x. The point here is that you always want the variable on the left.
Okay.
So if I tell you that -2 greater than x, you want to change this to x less than -2. We read things left to right. You do math left to right.
Yeah.
It has to be left to right.
Yeah.
All right. So that will take us to the end of our lesson for today.